All right, guys, 10th graders, this is your last lesson of the year. We skipped a little bit, a few lessons, but the ones that I had were all intertwined. So this is a good lesson to go out on because it's kind of like in its own little bubble. So we are going to look at cars, their parts, how to express, how to conjugate the verb to drive. And there's just a couple of activities for you to complete, and then you will be done for this year. The rest will be review. So let's go with this. I know I asked you to go somewhere where no one can hear you and repeat these words after me. All right, if you can. If not, just listen and then use the slide as a resource to complete this week's assignments. So let's go. A car, une voiture. A sports car, une voiture de sport. A convertible, une décapotable. A lot of students make the connection that if you get in an accident while riding or driving a convertible, you get decapitated. Less creepy is, the car's top has been decapitated and separated from, the rest of the car to make it a convertible. A truck, un camion. Now, if you look in your textbook, you'll see a picture of kind of like a bigger truck. This could be used for a pickup truck or any kind of big truck. A minivan, un minivan. A driver's license, un permis de conduire. So you have permis, which looks like permit. Conduire is the verb to drive. So un permis de conduire, a permit that allows you to drive. To take a class, suivre un cours. So it's got a connection, course, okay? And you can use that in any context, like if you are taking a swimming class. It could be suivre un cours de natation, but here we're going to be looking at it in the context of driving course. Driving school, une auto-école. Pretty self-explanatory. The roof of the car, le toit, which is the same word we use for the roof of the house. The hood of the car, le capot. The engine, le moteur. Looks like motor. The door, la porte. So same thing we use for a regular door. The gas pedal, l'accélérateur, right, which is what we step on to accelerate. To fill up, faire le plein. Okay, so if you fill up your car with gas, faire le plein. To check, vérifier. Connection here is to verify. Okay, so there's different things you can verify on your car, like you can check the oil, you can check the engine, you can check the air pressure in your tire. The oil, l'huile. The blinker, or the turn signal, I guess might be a proper word to use, le clignotant. The wheel, la roue. All right, so the wheel, not to be confused with the tire. The wheel is like the rim, like the thing that the actual tire sits on. The seat, le siège. The seat belt, la ceinture de sécurité. So if you remember, ceinture, right, is a belt, so it's a security belt. The gas tank, le réservoir. So connection here, it's a reservoir, like a water reservoir is where we reserve water. So this would be for the car, so it's where we reserve gas. The trunk, le coffre. A lot of people say it looks like the word coffin, and then they keep on being creepy and say you throw a dead body in the trunk of a car. Whatever works. A tire, un pneu. Weird letter combination here. Gas, l'essence. The rear view mirrors, le rétroviseur. The windshield, le pare-brise. So when we learn the clothing, We learned parapluie, which I believe I explained like para or par is like the root for to block. So parapluie to block the rain, parabrise to block the breeze. Wipers, les essuie-glaces. Okay, so glass is another word. I know we learned it in ice cream context, but it's also glass. And the verb essuyer is to wipe, so to wipe the glass. The steering wheel, le volant. The horn, le klaxon. The key, la clé. We learned that when we learned at the beginning of the year, the different parts of the house. The brake, le frein. Some people, if you know the verb to refrain yourself from, it's like to stop yourself from doing something. That would be a connection. And the headlight, there should be an S there, les phares. And some students have said you use your headlights at night to see far. So that's how they remember it. All right, so this is the vocab you're going to need to complete this week's assignment. You are also going to need the conjugated form of the verb conduire, to drive, which can be found in your textbook on page 458.